Good morning, dear listeners. Today we will study the poem Rain on the Roof. Rain on the Roof is an emotional poem composed by American poet Kinney. The poet has aroused emotions regarding his mother. Whenever there is the discussion of mother, anyone in the world will become emotional, and the poet is not exception of it. This poet, Kinney, has described the moments spent with the mother in a very emotional manner. He had mentioned few lines only in the third stanza about about his mother, but whatever he has described, he has touched everyone's heart, reader's heart. He is successful to touch reader's heart, and that's why this poem seems to us very inspiring. Let us go for the poem. When the humid shadows hover, it's definitely when you find humid shadows, you find the dark clouds that is noticed over here. Overall, starry spheres in the sky, and starry spheres shows that it's a time of the night. Stars are there, he notices stars in the sky, and the melancholy darkness, melancholy, sad, and night seems sad to him. Atmosphere seems sad to him. Why? Because he is lost in his imagination. He is thinking something, gently weeps on rainy tears, and when raindrops they are falling down from the sky, they seem to the poet that they are tears. Actually, they are not tears, but the poet is sad. That's why the poet thinks that those raindrops are just like tears. Because he is sad. He's in a melancholy mood. And what a bliss to press the pillow. And he says that, yes, I have taken the help of my pillow, and it's like blessing. And it's like blessing to what? Of a cottage chamber bed in his room, and it's a rural background. You can find cottage chamber. It's a rural area where he has established such place, cottage chamber bed, and he is lying over there and listening to the patter, and he is listening to the patter, drop by drop, that sound of the rain, he is listening to it, and of the soft rain overhead. Patter, sound of the rain, drop by drop, and soft rain overhead. It means, overhead means what? On the roof, raindrops are appearing, coming from the sky, drop by drop, and they make sound of the patter. Patter denotes sound of the rain. Drop by drop, it is falling on the roof, and he is able to listen that, and he is lost in his memory. What he is doing? He is just lying there, taking rest there, and he is reminded of his past. That's why rain seems to him that these are tears. These are not raindrops for him, these are actually tears for him, because he is lost in the imagination. He is reminding something, the past. Then second stanza, we find that every tinkle on the shingles and on the tiles, shingles on the tiles, every tinkle, that sound of the rain, tinkle, a very sweet sound of the raindrops, tinkle, has an echo in the heart. And whenever drops are coming, raindrops are coming, falling from the sky, it has an echo. It is just touching the poet's heart, and that's why emotions are coming. Pour out of emotions that we can find in the heart of the poet, and that's why he has composed such an interesting, a very attractive lyric. And 1,000 dreamy fancies, and 1,000 dreamy fancies, not one, two, not 100, not hundreds, it's 1,000 dreamy fancies. And a lot of thoughts are coming to the poet, and he's lost. Dreamy fancies, imaginative, all the things. That what he desired once, what he wanted to achieve in his life, everything now he starts thinking about it. And into busy being start, one by one they are coming to the poet. It starts coming because he listens to the patter of the rain tinkle on the shingles, raindrops coming on the, just falling on roof. So he is listening to the sound. That's why he's lost in his imagination. He's thinking a lot, and not one, two, not hundreds, but thousands of recollections are coming to the poet, and the poet is lost in the past events and weave their ear throats into woof. 1,000 recollections coming, 1,000 recollections, past events, past happenings. He is reminding himself and weave their ear threads into woof. As threads are there, if threads will be wrapped at one place, there will be center of the place. In the same manner, that ear threads, it means wind is also there, so rain is also there, and they are just coming and they are making round and round and round and round. It means they are wrapped into one center, and that's why he is lost in the imagination everywhere. And he is describing this poem in a very nice manner into woof. And all the recollections, they are centered at one place as ear threads come and make a round to the place. As I listen to the patter, and as the poet is listening to the sound of the rain, patter of the rain, drop by drop, sound of the rain coming, falling on the roof of the rain upon the roof. Yes, here it has been clearly shown, rain on the roof. On the roof, it is coming drop by drop. That's why he is able to listen rain very clearly. Now in memory comes my mother. And there, now the poet is reminded of his mother. He has thought a lot, he has imagined a lot, he has invited a lot of thoughts in this rainy atmosphere. Now finally he comes to the point why this rain has become a kind of very important event in poet's life, that he is reminded of the mother. And everyone loves mother, and poet is not exception of it. He has clearly shown that he loves his mother a lot, and as he used in years gone, as mother is nowhere here in this world. The poet has lost mother to regard the darling dreamers. And the poet has lost mother, and not only poet has lost, but family members also, darling dreamers. All the family members, they miss the mother a lot. And the poet is also missing a lot in this rainy atmosphere. And mother is very precious to the poet, or she left them till the dawn. Early in the morning, she left one day. He is reminded of the past. It was a very sad event in poet's life. That's why the poet is very extremely worried about it. Worried because now he cannot call the mother directly. But yes, he believes there somewhere there is the existence of the mother. And mother is looking at him. He has the firm faith. And he is lost in the imagination of mother's love. How she used to love him when she was alive. But oh, now she is not there with the poet. And oh, I feel her fond look on me. And he notices it. He clearly reflects that, oh, I feel her fond look on me. Loving look, that she is living with the poet. And poet thinks, and poet becomes happy sometimes. That yes, very fond look, loving look. Okay, physically mother is not present, but spiritually she is always with the poet. The poet is satisfied with it. And as I lost to this refrain, as I find this to this refrain means just a repetition of some ideas or some lines in the poem. Also, it's a literary device. Here, raindrops continuously, that rain is falling. So the poet notices that this refrain, this happening, and regularly it is happening. Rain is coming, drop by drop it is coming. So it is reminding, every drop, each and every drop reminds the poet about his mother, and which is played upon the shingles, and which is which is playing music, where on the tiles, drop by drop it is coming. So it is just reminding the poet that mother was very loving to him when she was alive, and when she is no more in this world. After it also, the poet feels that mother's look is always there for the poet, and the poet is lost in the imagination by the patter of the rain and by the sound of the rain. The poet is quite clarified, the poet is quite sure about the presence of the mother with him, and that's why the poet feels satisfied. Although poet is sad, poet knows it very well. The mother can't be present physically with the poet, but spiritually she is always with the poet, and the poet is happy sometimes. Now, why I am saying that the poet is happy sometimes? Because the poet feels the indirect look, the blessings of the mother. He feels, that's why he feels satisfied. Now, I will discuss the literary devices in the poem. This poem is also very rich in the field of literary devices. Here, melancholy, darkness, you find this, these words, two words, melancholy, darkness. Darkness can't be sad, you understand, but melancholy means sad. Darkness can't be sad. It is written melancholy, darkness, it means an idea has been transferred. That's why transferred epithet is here, has been used here. And then you find in the lines that here, yes, starry spheres here, same sound is being repeated as same sound. That's why which figure of speech will be there? Here we find alliteration figure of speech, alliteration figures of speech. And then after that you find, yes, mid shadows on the single, yes, busy, yes, busy being start, yes, busy being start. Here also same sound has been repeated. That's why alliteration figure of speech will be there. Sound of B has been repeated here. And then after, here listening to the patter, listening to the, you are just getting this sound, listening to the, here we, I'm sorry, here we can't find it, here we can't mention, yes, once again I'm getting it, yes, darling, yes, darling dreamers, here you find the same sound has been repeated, D here. That's why here alliteration figure of speech we can mention here. And then sound has been also that mentioned, patter, then tinkle, and then once again patter. So these words denote sound. That's why we find here onomatopoeia figures of speech, onomatopoeia, onomatopoeia figures of speech. So in this way I have tried to present the poem in a very successful manner. If you will go through the poem, you will be also lost somewhere, okay, that in the memories. And when you also can personally feel when rain appears, you will be lost in the imagination sometimes. But here the poet has become very emotional because he is reminded basically, especially of his mother. Thank you everyone for watching. Thanks a lot.